Hello everyone, good morning. It's Wednesday the 5th of May 2021 and it's 10 to 9 in the morning in the UK, British summer time that is, or I think it's GMT? GMT plus one? I'm not sure. British summer time anyway. Let's dive straight into the charts today. Actually, first, before we do that, I just want to talk about yesterday, and I want to just say, this is crypto, guys. Like, we had this one correction yesterday, this much for Bitcoin, let's say how much? We've got 10% correction for for Bitcoin. We've got more than that for XRP. What's 19% for XRP, which is recovered 11% of. But like as soon as we see the cryptocurrency market start to go down, especially in my chat, in my Telegram, it's like everyone's putting panic in faces. Oh my God, should we sell? Should we sell and buy again below? It's like even if you're new to the market, surely on this bull run you've been in long enough to see that there's just corrections all the time. And it's a very, very dangerous game, as you can see. Let's just use XRP for example. As you can see, to sell and try and buy the bottom back. If you like, you don't really realize we're in a correction probably until about this sort of point because obviously it can reverse. And then you start to see a reversal, you're like, okay, and then you start to correct again. And so probably the people who are going to sell are going to be looking to sell around here because you're panicking. You should never sell on emotion. You'll sell there, you'll think you made a great decision until it comes down there, and now you're back up here and you're probably looking, oh, okay, it's correcting now, I was going to get back into the market today. And you're buying in at a loss because you've sold down here and you're buying back in here, especially if that's a long-term big bag. I never ever recommend doing that. Even if you think that the market's going to go down for a while and come back up or whatever you think, like, just take care of your crypto and, like I always say, if in doubt, zoom out. Like, this is nothing in perspective to anything. Like even this isn't a big correction, guys. You just got to think that it doesn't just go up. It doesn't just go down. It's going up at the minute, but it's got corrections along the way. Like I'd like to see a pattern, something like that. Look at this for a move that we made. Like we're in the market down here. If you've been following me, and we're panicking about a 10% move here, it stresses me out. If we go, let's look at what's going on here. Look, if we go up, we go down, we go up. Go down, we go up. That's the sort of pattern I'd like to see, and up past the all-time high with the third wave. But yeah, just take a chill pill, man. Honestly, if it's stressing you out that much, you need to deleverage your position a little bit. So that's what a 226% move on the last proper breakout. If we had that same move again, where would that take us? $226 would take us to $4.64. So you really think you want to risk trying to buy in to make another few percent on your XRP for a 464 XRP? Imagine what you'd feel like if you'd sold it yesterday. That's what I'm saying. And I know we're not out of the woods yet, correction wise, but I'm just saying, just take a chill pill, man. It's crypto. But now let's get into the charts. So what we looking at? This is Bitcoin on the 4-hourly. Let's get into the hourly actually to give you a bit of a better perspective of what's going on. And we got up to the 58,000 yesterday, and we rejected it, and that's when the market started to come down a bit. But I actually think it's more moving off Ethereum because Ethereum got all the way up to 3,500 yesterday, rejected that, came down, and now it's bouncing off the 50-day moving average, which is great. Like it's using the 50-day as support, fine. There's no problems here at all. It's just healthy market movements. As you can see, it's taken a good bounce so far this morning. What we're looking up towards is that 3,500 again, and trying to break up with this Fibonacci level. We're in nearly the last fib zones now. For it to be in comparison to where Bitcoin is in the Bitcoin market cycle and the crypto cycle, it would be in and around this sort of area in here. As you can see, Bitcoin's chilling around there. It did touch the top fib level, but didn't quite break it. So you could expect Ethereum to get into this zone, or if you wanted to outperform Bitcoin in this market. So far, this is saying that Bitcoin doesn't move up any further, which I actually do think it will. You want to see it hitting into these sort of targets. So we could be looking short to medium term. In fact, I'd probably go for short into the 5,000 something range for Ethereum. Bitcoin, I could still see it trading sideways for a while. Like I keep saying, I don't think it'll go any lower than 47,500, and I doubt it comes any higher than 64.5. But within that, it's anyone's guess week to week. But day to day, I can't see it going much lower than 52,000 or much higher than 58. I'd like to see it get above the 55 and probably just range between there. Or if it does break above, it's great because it just means the market's going to stay green basically. Unless people take some altcoin profits and pump it into Bitcoin to help it move up. XRP, my baby. As you can see, it did take a correction yesterday, came down to here, and it is starting to try and reverse out of that. Whatever it's going to do this morning is everyone's best guess, but what I'm starting to see is a bit of a parallel channel, ascending channel forming here. Bit of one moving up there. Let's see what happens. It's very early to tell coming out of that correction. I did take a leverage position there and managed to sell out there for a few percentage gain. Then I obviously was asleep for this period, and we are trending sideways. I'd like to see us stay above the 133, which I think we're going to, and I'd like to see us break back above that 149, big resistance point, and get above this fib level if we can. Obviously, along the way, this fib level is very important. It's provided some resistance here. I'd like to see it. If we break above that, I can quite easily see us getting back above here. If we get some buying pressure, guys, we could be hitting into this range. Like, this is the sort of range that I'm looking for, into the 230 to 280 sort of range. We could be looking at that sort of range. What do we need to happen for that? Let's have a look what the MACDs are saying. The volume's not really great. There's a lot of sell volume coming in, but they've not really got a lot of buy volume coming in yet. That's what we want to see for a big move upwards. We'll bang a MACD in here and see what is going on there. So on the hourly, you can see it made a bullish crossover here, which is just about where I got into my trade, and it's still continuing upwards, so that's very positive. Let's have a look what it's saying on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, it's still bearish, so what we need to happen is that blue line to come and cross over that orange line, which with some more buying pressure and green momentum, that will happen, and that will bring more positivity to the market. And finally, on the daily, it has made a bearish crossover, so that could suggest a downtrend, but again, I'm still pretty hopeful, and I'd hope that as it doesn't cross very steeply, like doesn't cross very steeply there and get out, doesn't cross very steeply there and come below, it's still quite close, it could signal that there could be a reversal. As you see here, it's a steep cross, so you see it's a big move down, and that can indicate or be a better indicator depending on the angle that it goes through. Litecoin, as I was saying yesterday, very bullish on the MACD there. If you saw that, I don't know, I skipped off it pretty quick, but we're still struggling to get above this fib level and the recent high. We have wicked above it, so I think there could be good things to come for Litecoin today or the next few days. If you're a Litecoin holder, what we're looking for is to get above the 330, and then we're looking up to the 420. And I don't know what the all-time high is for Litecoin, so let's have a quick look at that. All-time highs up here at 421. So if we can get up to this level here, and if we can get above this, we're looking to challenge all-time highs essentially. Yeah, so that's pretty positive for Litecoin. I like that a lot. Got a big mover in EOS. Again, EOS just breaking above the 0.382 Fibonacci level. We're looking to get above this wick, and then we can look for the next movements up above the 702 and towards that all-time high as well for EOS. Let's have a look at Doge, because I know people have been liking it. So that's Doge on the weekly. The thing is going absolutely bananas. It's a very dangerous time to be buying into anything at an all-time high, because just as fast as anything can go up, we all know it can come down, and there's nothing to stop. And this isn't me hating on Doge, but there's nothing to stop something like Doge just crashing absolutely to zero. Like, not to zero, well, even yeah, to zero, but like bringing it all the way down. Like, here's quite a big drop, 61%. Like, you can, Doge is literally a pump and dump coin, and anyone who says it isn't hasn't been in the market for long enough. But just to give you an idea, like, look at some of these. So it did go parabolic. Look here, when's this? January this year, we moved up 900%, and then we crashed 74% of that. So just be careful with Doge, because especially if you're a retail investor and new to the market, like, it often crashes massively. Like, it's not easy to watch, and it's no guarantee it's going to pump again. Like, if Elon Musk doesn't tweet about it, it probably isn't going to pump. But that being said, it's proved me wrong so far, and I'm an open-minded guy. I quite like the fact that a joke coin's worth more than a lot of S&P 500 companies, but at the same time, I don't want you guys to get stung if you're looking at investing, or if you see your mate at work go, oh yeah, I bought Dogecoin and I've made 500 quid or $1,000 or whatever, and it's, is he in it? It's, how many investments has he come through with in the past? Like, just make sure you know what you're doing when you're buying something like this, because if you buy at the top, which this is the top, you'd look at an 80% swing down. So you put £100 in, you'd have 20 left, 1,000 in, that would be 200 left if we have a swing downwards like that. Just saying, it's a dangerous game for a new investor because there's nothing to recover it if it crashes. So that's the difference. Unless Elon Musk starts tweeting about it, like I said. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look at the total market cap. I'll get off that Doge topic. As we V-bottomed out of there, we did retest the all-time high yesterday of 2.3 trillion and came back down, went below. I'm going to get rid of this trend line now. Went below that trend line. We may come down and tap on to the 2 trillion mark and try and bounce out of there. That'd be quite cool because then we'd use it as support. But with this green candle, if we're quite early in the day, and I'd like this green candle to engulf this red one, and then that's very bullish for the market in general. And the altcoin market cap is smashed through the all-time high. Hey, congrats everybody. I did say on this day that if we get a green candle close above there, that would be bullish. We obviously came down yesterday. We wicked below, but didn't end the day below. We ended the day still above. So that's very bullish. Candle close above. And now we've got a green engulfer next to it. We could really be going off to the races here, guys, with the altcoins. So that's all very, very positive, and I'd really like to see that. There's not really too much more to say. I've told you where we're aiming for the altcoin market cap, and I'd say conservatively it's somewhere out here, and non-conservatively we could be looking at like 10 trillion. I know that sounds ridiculous now, but you wait and see. I bet you there's some big narrative that comes out and the crypto and the altcoins explode. No joke, and loads of institutional money comes in. That always seems to happen that way when you make wild predictions. They're not even wild. They only seem wild at the time. So like if you think where we've come since November of this year, let's have a look. November, we're at 1.4. We've 10x since November. What's to say we can't 10x again? Seriously. I know like you feel like it's unlikely at this point, but I don't see why we can't. I don't see any major issues. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on everything. So conservatively, I'm looking for about 3 trillion in the altcoins, and outside chance we get to about 10. And if that happens, we'll all be very happy people. We haven't seen mass adoption yet, so let's just see what comes through. With all that being said, guys, let's have one last look at this XRP chart down here because I have one other scenario that could play out. This pennant here, where could we come down to? Could come down to about 114 to 129 and then boost out of there. But I would like to see this get above there. Come on, you can do it. But yeah, alright guys, take it easy and I'll speak to you on the next one. Peace up, A-Town down.